And in the bottom right, the champion of ESL Spain, the Matador, it's Vortix. And his opponent, Mr. Nobody Cares Bro, the bad Mazapaka, as he has on his head, it's Neutron. Alright, Remo, big pre-game talk, a lot of theorizing about this matchup. Now we're finally here. What do we see?
So far, so standard, nothing really revealed yet. The first revelations will be the first heroes. Neutron has been saying a lot he likes playing Demon Hunter first nowadays. And he lets his actions prove what his words came up with first. DK on Vortix's side with a happy build. A few ghouls into fiends quickly. So this is pretty much the standard Demon Hunter opening, though. The question is he going to play it one base, tier 3 centered, or more 2 base, expansion focused? Both are possible with the Demon Hunter and have both seen similar amounts of popularity.
Alright, we see of course an archer build. The Acolyte is scouting. Nothing unusual here with the creep route. So usually in this matchup, it's a Demon Hunter creeping a bit and then annoy the hell out of the DK. Stop the DK from reaching level 3, which is also not that easy here on this map. But also Remind showed us the way with the Demon Hunter to creep the natural very early, as this is an Ogre Magi. So curious what we're about to see.
First bit of experience here. Bonus from the Acolyte. A bit of a mistake perhaps to lose it like he did here. Gonna make level 2 for the Demon just that little bit easier. Starts off with a Claws of Attack, exactly what he wants. And Vortix not beginning with the first camp of his own, which is usually what we see from undeads nowadays. No, he goes for harassment right away. He knows he can't steal any last hits here. For that, the DK isn't quite fast enough. But there's actually an ensnare on the Archer. Kind of unlucky here by Neutron that one gets triggered, or was it maybe his own mistake? Honestly, it kind of was. He could have prevented that if he just stayed in range out of the ensnare trigger tether, so to say. But I mean, nobody plays as aggressively so much anymore, this DK in the early game, so this caught him a little bit by surprise. But it's only a single Archer. It's not the end of the world. He still has a big experience lead.
And it wasn't even experience, exactly, you point this out. Was denied, so 0 XP on the DK. And he's forced to go into Aura as he's facing a Demon Hunter who's gonna burn his mana consequently. And with the Claws of Attack, whatever he reaches is probably gonna die quickly with the help of the archers early.
Are under attack.
So what can the DK do right here?
Not much, really. I think his prime objective is to stop the Demon Hunter from leveling. A fast level 3 Demon can be very powerful. Neutron has realized this as well, as quite a few other Night Elves have. Get the level 2 mana burn early, get the boots, and then you can dominate the mid-game really hard, and can oftentimes even dissuade second hero Naga choices from the undead, which otherwise can be problematic for the archers. Tech-wise, Vortix has a slight edge. If he can keep hero levels low, he might be the first one with a Naga on tier 2, and that might be his time then to strike back.
Did you see that little exclamation mark by Neutron here? That archer block, the follow-up, right clicks from the Demon Hunter, getting the DK to 2/3 of his HP. That's the Neutron in this matchup of the recent weeks. I'm so impressed. Whenever I see him, it feels like he really likes this matchup, he really knows this matchup, and it's just a joy to see him here. So many people might think that Vortix in normal shape is the favorite here, but this, I think, is Neutron's best matchup by now, and this was a little glimpse of what he's capable of.
Absolutely. Continues creeping, gets a level 2, gets the sentry wards, which are excellent on this map. You place one here next to the natural, you place one at the opponent's merchant, and suddenly you see the entire map. Well, you don't see the entire map, but by process of elimination, you should always know what your opponent is up to. Vortix now trying to evade the gaze of his enemy. Is going for some evasion creeping, but the Demon Hunter still... Oh, I was about to say sniffs it out. Oh, that was close. But he just barely doesn't see it. It was nighttime. He didn't have Ultra Vision yet. but he's sharking around. He knows he's creeping somewhere. Where is he is the question. There he is, but he's not in time to steal anything here. Item and experience go to Vortix. Great items for the Lich here with claws and gloves. The coil doesn't do much. The ghouls would like to be saved here somehow. And it is gargoyles coming, by the way.
Wow. I didn't expect that. From Vortix, I mean, yeah, he does... He does play that quite a bit, right?
A player's forces are under attack.
I think we've seen it before from him. Here and there. Not all the time, but I like his variety. Despite opening with that happy build, still going for Gargs. That can confuse a lot of people, especially since that crypt is so far back. Kind of hard to scout. But Neutron is taking the one consumable... Wait. Okay, he probably sold it already. But getting closer to level 3. Vortix on the other side took out the upper left of his opponent. And the Gargs are harassing the main. That's what they are supposed to do. Neutron started his tier 3 tech, so he's not that dependent on the lumber at the moment. But he should definitely react.
A town is under siege.
And let's see how this goes and how Neutron plays against it. First Engine of Lore, the Engines of Lore... No, second Engine of War and an Engine of Lore. So probably going, I don't know, Dryads and Archers? Remo, you with me?
Yeah, it's trying to do something with the other
Right.
A player's forces
Level
are
3
under attack.
on the Demon Hunter is super close. Engine of Lore does finish. The Gargoyles couldn't prevent this. And what does he do with it? That's a weird build. Double Engine of War and 1 Lore. Could also be Mass Archers and Bears immediately. But no, he is going Dryads. For that slow, for that Dispel. And the Gargoyles continues. How good is Neutron's multitasking by now? That's kind of the question. Trying to build another shop as he is like dependent on the orb, I think. Especially on the Demon Hunter to be able to attack these Gargs. Good control by Vortix.
Yeah, this is not the best situation for Night Elf to be in. Ideally, if it's going to be Gargs, you want to make sure you get an expansion up at some point and then get more and more numbers. You get the high Dryad count to battle against the Gargs and try to not allow the undead across the map to expand themselves. But when you're pinned on only one base, this Garg lame and harass can become really expensive over time and very frustrating.
A town is under siege.
Alright. Naga is out, of course, we saw that. What's next for Vortix? He's kind of going away from Gargs, back into Ghouls, who of course are super strong once they hit Frenzy. And what does Neutron have against that? He's going Marksmanship, so once again, Mass Archers. He's going Nature's Blessing for a little more armor and movement speed on the trees. But so far, this is kind of a passive mid-game so far. Nobody's really committing, nobody's spiraling out of control, nobody's creeping like crazy. It seems like both of them are waiting for their tier 3 power spike.
Yeah, with the Demon Hunter having the orb already, that's a big help against these Gargoyles. You can finally attack them and do good damage. DK is threatening the Archers from the back without a Lich. It's not that scary. One Dryad is vulnerable, but that one got staffed out. Well done. Dryad count, though, still very low. Neutron going for a Shredder again. I think Neutron is the Night Elf in Europe who by far loves the Shredder the most. I feel like we see it in almost every game from him.
Dude, do you remember there was this FFA Masters League that we casted on our Back to Warcraft channel? And of course it was kind of new to me to cast FFA, but Neutron was part of that in the semi-final and the grand final, and he bought like 6 Shredders in that game, because in the end it was about points, and the more lumber you harvest, the more points you get in the end. And then, yeah, 6 to 7 Shredders, abusive. Man. Crazy deforestation. But anyway, that's dirty tricks by Neutron, but here's a flood of ghouls.
Classic Vortix Ghoul Flood with the Gargs. Only the DK, yeah, no Lich here to benefit from this. Lot of Archers going down. This is so hard to micro against for the Night Elf. You have to split so much, you have to save as many Archers as you can. But I only see them dying, I only see them falling, and the Shredder, so expensive to go for. What has he really done? Not that much will be taken out here. Staff saves the Naga, gets her out of the surround. Maybe Neutron can hold though. The Tree of Eternity is helping in this, and Vortix's numbers are slowly starting to dwindle. He's got 36 left against Neutron's 22 only, however. But the Demon hits level 4, and maybe he can do this as a one-man army.
Remo, you know, looking at this 20 supply of Neutron, I get a little worried about my maxed out bet.
Yeah, this game it doesn't seem too likely.
He's getting a potion on that Naga, trying to get it, but Vortix with good positioning here. He wants this Naga so bad, and that surround sticks. Oh, that was sweet movement, and there should be no way out of this one. Nope, Staff was on cooldown, second hero down. Neutron at 17 supply. I thought, okay, the effect of this Ghoul Garg play in the middle of this game wasn't too impactful, but what a brutal push.
Can he recover from this?
Without an expansion, without the crazy high-level heroes, Demon Hunter not level 5, Naga of course benched, but also she level 3 only, not the high level Naga with the level 3 Fork Lightning that we've seen from Foggy, for example. And even if he gets this high level Fork Lightning against Ghouls and Gargs, it's really not that impactful as it is against Fiends.
True. Vortix coming back in with one more heal scroll on so many units that has great value. That altar could definitely be a target here, couldn't it? The ghouls don't... they do have one attack upgrade, by the way, so they do a little more damage.
I love that.
That's a lot of ghouls. And that Naga will not come back from this altar.
Maybe from the tavern, but even that is in question with the low resources that Neutron has. He's trying to hold, he's trying to repair, but a split group of ghouls definitely immediately taking care of these wisps. And Demon Hunter is a one-man army. We've seen this yesterday a couple of times and working kind of nicely. But look at the micro of Vortix sending all the hurt ghouls away. Excellent performance.
There seems to be kind of curtains here for Neutron. Yep, that's it. GG, the Demon Hunter by himself, not quite strong enough. And Vortix with his own little pocket strat. The DK solo, late game Ghoul Flood. Nobody else really plays this, but Vortix shows it can work.
Absolutely. That was a way stronger Vortix than I expected. Todd, what do you think about this map?
I quite like what they both did. You know, Neutron realized that it was going to be really hard, already having gone Naga second. Like, you don't really expect Gargoyles, I think, here. So he went Naga, and against Gargoyles, if you don't have a Panda, it's already very, very hard. So he was like, okay, there's no way I can go like Mass Dryads or something like that. So I'm going to go for a lot of Archers and add a Dryad for the slow. Vortix saw the double Enchanter 4. He knew exactly what was happening. He's like, got you. Double Crypt Ghouls, Frenzy, timing, and then he just kills him with it. Because Neutron didn't see it coming and just wasn't ready at all. If he had been like in a perfect defensive position back at home, you can get to 50 supply, then it becomes a different story. But Vortix didn't let that happen. He really surprised him with that attack. And that changed everything. So really impressed with Vortix's adaptation and game plan here in game 1.
Absolutely. That was pretty strong indeed. Okay. So, next map, looking at this map selection. Damn it, the bumper is back, and I don't know why. Sorry about that, but here we have the map selection for the first time. It's going to Concealed Hill now.
Can you hear me?
Yes? Something up? I can hear you just fine. Okay. Something, little production issues here, I guess. Didn't hear anything. Okay, let's just restart this. All right. Is it working now? Kind of weird. Nobody's hearing anything. Huh. That is interesting. Well, technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned while we load into the next game. and see if we can get this fixed. Maybe we have to create a new group or something, and then it should be fine. There we go. So let's see if we can get the band back together. Todd, can you hear me again? No? Nothing? Why not? That's something like... You guys can hear me, right? That should be fine. Let's check. Okay. Discord hears me just fine as well. Ah. Okay. Got a second solution here. Okay, are we back?
Yep.
Ah, okay. Man, Todd,
I missed you guys.
You're such a quick thinker, man. Coming up with solutions here. Amazing. Yeah, technology isn't quite here yet for a proper call. But okay, we got the band back together. Little awkward, but you know, that's how it is sometimes.
Yeah, the internet hiccups, you know, they do happen, but hey, we're still in the middle of a great series. Life is great. And Vortix, again, really delivered in that map number 1. I think, I don't know, if you're Neutron, you just have to scout a little more carefully, I think. And then if you see gargoyles, you have to react maybe entirely differently, just because I think Naga, I don't know about you guys, what do you think about Naga's second against gargoyles? It does feel like it's very tricky to win, right?
If you play it right with the tempo in the mid game, if you do secure the expansion, which you can do with the Naga, she is okay, but you have to play her from ahead. I agree. If you play one base, it's not so nice. If you play two base, it's a complete disaster. But in general, like the best idea to do against Gargs is just expand pretty early. You have to identify its Gargs and then you have to expand. And then play it with superior economy in the late game. And yeah, I guess Neutron didn't figure it out quickly enough.
What did you think of Vortix's style? Because it does feel a little bit unconventional, right? Like just the Unholy Aura Rush, and it almost felt like a little bit old school. Like most undeads nowadays, you know, they try and creep a few camps here and there. They don't necessarily play that aggressive, even on Last Refuge.
Okay, we go into Concealed Hill. And if there is a map made for gargoyles, it's this one.
Okay, then. Because there's, of course, dragons at the fountain that can be crept easily with gargoyles. Will he try to curveball him now, and because it's such a great gargoyle map, go something else? But I really like that he starts this matchup with this happy build, and then he can choose. Like, if my opponent is doing this and this, I will go Fiends. If my opponent is going the other way, I can go Gargs.
Yeah, that's true. Like, the weakness of playing this build, this happy build, is that it can be hard to stop an expansion on the enemy side, but then you can still have a powerful tier 3 timing against it. So Vortix is coming in with a lot of smart ideas into this matchup. Okay,
Todd, before we go into this game, any last words?
Have fun. It's gonna be a great game.
That's very, very nice of you. So we go onto Concealed Hill. Here we go. In the upper right, we got Neutron. Bottom left sees Vortix. And yeah, Neutron, man, I had such high hopes. Couldn't get it on the map. Was kind of outsmarted by Vortix, who... I'm very sorry that I had my doubts. Because that was a wonderful performance. The ghoul micro, the decision making. This seems to be top-notch Vortix.
Yeah, I mean, the doubts were not misplaced though. When we last saw Vortix the last couple of times, he was looking a little bit shaky, but seems to be getting into perfect shape again at the perfect time. So, Neutron, what has he learned from the first game? Scouting, looking for Gargs, and hopefully, if that should be the case, expanding somewhere quickly. Vortix... Wait a minute. This is a normal ghoul build, isn't it? That's not the happy build.
I'm missing a graveyard.
Yeah, that's just a ghoul build. All right. That means Vortix is going to have more ghouls available early. His tech is going to be slightly later. His hero is going to be very slightly later. But the high ghoul numbers do make a lot of difference in the early game. You can move across the map to be aggressive, look perhaps for surrounds, for some kills, and especially expansion cancels. Much more doable with this style.
Is it possible,
also-
Remo, to trick him again now that we see these ghouls that might indicate either like super heavy ghoul push or like another guard play? Is it possible to transition early into Fiends when he, for example, I don't know, sees a panda or something?
You can transition to Fiends, yes. We see the tech here quite quickly from Vortix. It's a 1 Ziggurat tech. Oh my god. That's the... Is that the Edo build?
What's the
1
Edo
Ziggurat
build?
tech into guards? This is pretty much the fastest...
Okay, seems like we lost the connection to Remo right here.
I'm here.
Okay, Nadia, you can take over. I'm not too sure what happened to Remo, but apparently he's gone.
Yeah, I saw him drop. Yeah, it looks like Vortix is again opening very similarly. It just seems to be styled. Unholy Aura, pressure. But there is the Tree of Life on the left side this time. So will he see it? It feels like it's kind of well hidden, to be honest. But the Death Knight is going to run close. Oh my god.
It is
Was he close enough?
It is a very typical position, but okay, a little more to the left, I guess. I don't think he saw it, and the skeleton ran out as well.
I think he was barely outside of the range for him to be able to spot it. And the demon, it feels like the demon's wasting so much time chasing the Death Knight around, especially without boots, but you still have to, because otherwise he's going to get on top of wisps and start killing them.
Yeah, and Vortix is smart, creeping with the ghouls at the same time in the bottom left, so there is some progress for the DK.
I think he lost one, though. Pretty sure he had 5.
Oh, didn't see if there's a corpse or not. But yeah, two of them were very hard.
He was trying to use the target redirect, pulling the aggro by attacking one of his own units, but there was like 2 or 3 goals very low. Yeah, there's the extra body. That's bad.
Alright, well, we have an insane inventory for the Demon Hunter once again. Slippers, claws, plus 9 damage. Makes it kind of easy to deal with ghouls and skeletons.
Hey!
Ha! Look who's there! What did you
I was
do?
just kicked. Todd, did you just kick me out of this Discord?
Yes, I really wanted to cast this series, so I could.
Well, you know what? Vortix is about to kick this expansion here as well. Tree of Life maybe sharing the faith with Remo, but no, Demon Hunter is here right now. So just took a couple of hit points. You kicked again?
No, I'm here.
Ah, okay.
Garg's coming now. Vortix is going to take to the skies. And once you have like 4 Gargs, you can creep these fountains pretty damn well. Question is, how is Neutron going to play against it? He could just ignore that possibility and focus on his expansion, which is now waddling over to the natural. Or he could try to put archers there. But even then, killing Gargs isn't so easy. What's the second hero here for Neutron is the question. Normally, in a long game against gargoyles, you want to have not a Naga, but rather a Panda or an Alchemist. Some Night Elves also like playing Alchemist.
Whoa. What is this? This is kind of smart by Neutron. He's eating into the tree to reduce the surface area. This is something I've not seen before. Does require a little attention that's not going to army. And he has 2 separate groups, like the Demon Hunter plus the Archers, and maybe that's a little overwhelming? No. Looks good. But can he also react to the Gargs? He needs to be at 3-4 spots at the same time.
He's actually picking the Naga here, quite surprisingly to me. I think Alchemist may have been the best choice here. Can attack air right away, it's gonna have Acid Bomb later. But okay, Naga on level 1, still pretty good. And now with this high amount of Archers, he is daring to take the natural creep. Some Wisps suffering in the main. Certainly a few will be going down here. No way around that against these Gargs. DK, can he see the last hit? That will be quite something. Would finally be his level 2. He gets a level 2 elsewhere, as a Wisp was killed, I believe. But the Demara gets the next item, gets more experience. And is now very close to level 3.
And that's
Wisps are
where
falling.
the trouble begins, right? If the Demon Hunter gets level 3, probably even boots, and then harass and burn. How necessary is that even when his opponent is playing
The
guards?
player's forces are under attack.
It's not good against the heroes, and also it's not just about the burn, it's also about the stats. Once tier 3 is reached and the Demon Hunter gets the orb, he can put in a lot of damage against the gargoyles. Demon Hunter, because of how well stats, especially Agi, work on him. Level ups aren't just for the skill points, but also for the beefed up stat points. Vortix is going tier 3, is soon gonna be tier 3. He's making a lot of ghouls again. It looks like he's again going for this big pressure play, which, considering there's an expansion, will most likely be a very all-in attempt to win this game.
Okay, he cancels the Entangled Goldmine for once, so... Is this the right approach to Neutron's style? As I said, very tier 3, late game heavy.
Player's forces are under
He is
attack.
going tier 3. He is getting the expansion, so he doesn't have much on the field. And especially with the base kind of split in two with the expansion here, I don't know if he's able to defend this.
It's gonna be really hard with these archers against frenzy ghouls.
Yeah. And he doesn't even have a base where he can hide in. Like, the main base is wide open. There's not too many Moonwells. And the expansion can be easily surrounded by like 6, 7, 8 ghouls and just knocked down.
The canceling of the entangled was excellent here. Time and time again. One Garg died for this. He lost the TP for that. But the TP especially was very well used. And the DK now creeping up a little bit more. Has taken a lot of damage, by the way. He's also still taking damage from the creeps.
A player's forces
It's close to
are
3
under
though, and
attack.
once the level 2 aura is unlocked, it's going to be hard to kill this Death Knight. He's got only 100 HP. Makes this push a little bit tougher to go for. Goes for the heal pot to be safe. And here we go. Vortix brings everything. He's going to throw the kitchen sink and the rest of the apartment at this expansion. It's a lot of ghouls, a few Gargs, and 1 heal scroll or 2?
2.
2 heal scrolls and a heal pot. Neutron sees it coming. But it's so hard to do it properly with the archers. Like, where are you going to position them? How are you going to protect it? You can't put them
player's
behind the
forces
expansion
are
because
under
they're just
attack.
going to get surrounded against the trees and all die. You have to kite really well. It's going to be a tough hold.
Oh boy. If he holds, the game looks good. But how do you do that against so many archers without proper AoE? Look at the damage. Oh my, it's almost a full surround. Not much surface on the repair. He's trying to go for it. Archer, of course, good single target, but with the 2 heal scrolls, 1 consumed already, or 2 consumed already? Oh no, 1 is on cooldown. It was the potion. And now he is wrecking these archers. That is a little time for the Tree of Life repair, though.
A town is under
Yeah,
siege.
you got the level 3 here as well, which means level 2 aura. These ghouls are now so crazy fast. Running past the heroes exactly as they should. Going for the archers. There's no dust anymore, though. Saves the archers for the time being. The demon gets surrounded, but he's very tanky. He's putting a lot of return damage on these ghouls. With that Orb of Venom now especially. He's chasing after the TP. Wants to get the surround again, perhaps. But the Demon Hunter smartly TP'd away from that position. But he's going for the surround again. Just so many ghouls. And he gets it again against the trees. But this time there's the staff. Man, Neutron pulling all the
Player's
tricks out of his
forces are
hat
under
to keep
attack.
himself alive here. But he's still having to run. And he's still losing more units. He's going for a 3rd hero. Panda. There's still tons of ghouls on the field.
This looks desperate, man, if you ask me. When do you ever see a 3rd hero Panda? Archers die left, right, center. Demon Hunter is surrounded again. Vortix pretty much dominating here. There is 2 potions on the Demon Hunter. Will he take care? First one consumed. Naga dies to another surround. Vortix, Lord of the Rings.
Demon Hunter does survive, though. He has so many items, but so many ghouls still. Dude, are they replicating? How is there so many ghouls? Going for the next
A
round.
player's
The Demon
forces are
Hunter
under attack.
barely squeezes out.
Expo is...
Panda, so far, not too impressive. Again, everything's having to run, and the Demon is surrounded again. And he can't fight out this time. He dies. And that is the more experience for the DK, who's almost level 5 now.
What crazy
The town is
micro
under
hack is this? He is absolutely everywhere, threatening Neutron on 3 different fronts, surrounding on all of them. We were impressed by Happy yesterday how he saved these fiends, but man, the offensive, the aggressive micro by Vortix, unmatched so far in this tournament.
Yeah, super cool. These multiple different groups.
Well, that could be a lot of kills here. Breath of Fire.
Some nice tools, dude.
But
One kill away from level 5, by the way. That panda could be the kill.
Ah!
Walks straight into that surround. Lets him live. Nope, never mind. DK level 5. I suppose it's the aura. It is. Race car mode enabled. And now it's just going for the Tree of Eternity.
Formula 1, and it is another surround, this time on the Tree of Eternity. Would love to have a strong panda. Maybe Naga second, the absolute wrong choice. If he knows this is coming, Naga is really not the greatest hero, and maybe a little gift to Vortix, but oh my god, it's another surround. He's trying to fight out again with detonates, but he blocks himself a little. Absolutely no chance to Vortix.
Our next 2-0.